here with Steven and Laura from Sun June. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having us.
Nice. Yeah, no problem. I'd like to mention we're all wearing hats, but if you're listening on Spotify, you can't tell, but on YouTube, our viewers will see. We've all decided to wear hats,
That's right.
which I appreciate from you guys.
Gotta feel it.
First, I wanted to ask, I've been asking, starting every episode by asking like what are you guys listening to right now? And what has been your go-to song this week?
Okay. Well, most recently I've been listening to this artist, OK Kaya, her latest album that came out in 2020, right, Stephen?
I think so. I don't know.
I think it came out this year. Yeah. Came out in like November, maybe. End of the year. So I've been really into that. It's called what is it called? Something liquid. Oh yeah, watch this liquid pour itself, which is kind of weird and funky, but it's like poppy and it goes through a lot of different so I've been really digging that. And then also the new Katy Kirby record, that song Portals.
Dude,
so good. I was like stirring chili the other night, listening to it, just like crying into my chili. I was just like, yeah.
You have no idea how relevant this is to me right now. I interviewed Katy Kirby this last week, and she was on my radio.
Nice.
She was on my radio show, and I told her like I was listening to Portals and just crying, like such a sad, beautiful song.
It is. It's really nice.
It's a great album.
We're all apart, so it's just it hits you.
That's sorry. I want to hear what you're listening to, Steven, but I also just wanted to. I mean, like the second chorus of Portals, like I was telling Katie, like that one just hits. Like the first chorus is great, but when the second one comes around, I was like, it just hits way harder. And she said, yeah, like the guys who were like producing it or whatever, like put in like more of the room mic for that chorus, and it's supposed to give that like effect of like making people cry or something. So
nice.
I just thought that was interesting. I was like, I gotta like put that in my back pocket, so like try that out sometime.
Yeah, there's so many nice subtleties to that song in the production. I really like it. But yeah, Steven, what are you listening to?
Well, I love the perspective of that song. I won't keep going on about it, but it's such an interesting way to look back, because it's almost like, I don't know, exultant or something. But I listened to this morning. I listened to 2 Bonnie Doon records, and I'd heard it before, and I was into it. But I was listening while I was working in the other room, and there's a song that had a lyric about the emojis that his mom texted him, and I have to go back and find that song because I really liked it. And similar vein, I was listening to the new Kiwi Jr. record in the last week. They just put out a new record last month.
I haven't listened to that.
I'd never heard them before. A lot of funny lyrical phrases. Anyway, so yeah, those two this week.
Awesome. I need to go. I feel like every time like I get like an answer that I have never listened to, so I need to go look that up. But well,
like chill rock and roll,
Cool. That's my stuff. Rock and roll. But I wanted to ask, like, just like listening to your interviews and reading through your interviews, they seem like very like lyric centered. Like people are always asking about your lyrics. I just wondered, like, it seems like also their lyrics are just really important to y'all. So like wondered, like, is that at all primary to the music? And also, like, I know Steven, you also write the lyrics sometimes. So like what is it weird singing someone else's lyrics or like presenting your lyrics to someone else for them to sing?
You wanna answer that last part at least?
Oh, yeah, I guess I can start, but I'm interested in Laura's answers more than mine. But I've been thinking about how to like say this succinctly because I've failed so far. But since Laura and I have been writing together for a long time now, it's been fun where I can kind of like self-interrogate via her perspective. Because now it used to be I wrote songs and then I just got like I got lucky and Laura sang them. But now I know if a song gets chosen by the Sun June committee, that Laura will be singing it.
Us.
Yeah, and so I can become the you. Usually you're the I in a song, and I can become the you sometimes, and that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can insult myself.
I feel like I become you for sure sometimes because I'm singing something you wrote. And I like to think I know where it's coming from, but usually it's, neither of us really know what the other is saying.
Well, Laura, you said
Sometimes.
something to me the other day that I liked about that writing lyrics is like keeping a dream journal or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for reminding me because my brain is a fog most of the time. Yeah, like we write songs and in the moment it doesn't you think you know what it means. Maybe you're just going with like the flow of what you're thinking about in the moment and that sparks other ideas or other memories or images, moments, right? It's like, okay, what all goes together? And in the end, you have this thing that's like you have to kind of unravel it again to figure out what it all means. Um, it's weird. Like, when you have like a really vivid dream and you have to like write it down immediately, otherwise you'll forget it. It's usually like our voice memos are that. So like have an idea, you got to record it right away. Otherwise it's like gone forever. And yeah, who knows what the hell is going on in our brains right in that moment. Honestly, don't know.
But I think we like that. Like
Oh yeah,
we don't
obviously, like we like to capture that.
yeah we don't like sit down at a table and are like what do we need to say about climate change or something like that, like it's not a mission driven writing situation.
Correct.
So it's more self-involved. It's more self-involved than that maybe. So
Totally.
we kind of like just writing what comes to us, and then it's great. I don't know, Laura, I love sharing my lyrics with you because you make them better.
Likewise. That's really sweet.
It's good to have an editor that you trust.
Totally. Yeah. What collaboration's all about,
Do you guys have like a specific like moment of each other's, like a lyric of each other's that you is like your favorite?
Definitely have favorites.
I remember. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
Well, I remember when Laura showed me Homes for the first time, which is on our first record, and the it was a little like garage band recording, but it's like my father, he split the ground, snow fell down, and it's just like such a simple little image, and it made me feel so weird. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff. And it was different. We'd written our songs were a little jokier in the beginning, so I think it was the first instance of like, oh, I can see where this can go, and I like this.
Well, it's funny you bring up the first record and the seriousness that we embarked on because we demoed a early song of yours, Stephen. Where are you going? Hey, I'm talking here.
Sorry, I'm just bringing the light. Yeah, okay.
Well, two songs off our early days. One we don't have actually out in the world. It's called Jesus Christ Is My Girlfriend. And those lyrics alone are like incredible to me. So I love that you wrote that. And then Johnson City was a track off of Years that is full of a lot of great moments of like just like the flow of the words in that song, I think, are so good. And Steven wrote the majority of that song. So the lyric, you're the one thing I'm afraid of on our fourth bottle of wine is so funny to me. And like also like because no one who's drinking 4 bottles of wine is insane. But also just like, you know, it's heartbreaking and romantic and all the things. Yeah. And then cool. There's a bunch of stuff like I love everything you write, Steven. Sorry, this is just turning into like a gush fest.
That's what we want. That's what I'm trying to draw out of people.
Get that Portals energy, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, on the topic of writing, you guys did this podcast like a year or two ago, Song Confessional, which I really love. And it basically, for people who don't know, it's like these guys go around and like get crazy stories from people, and then they have bands turn the stories into songs. And you guys did that with your song Terrified. I was really curious, like, because I haven't spoken to anyone else who's done the podcast. It always seemed to me like a weird, like really cool idea, but I was like, I feel like so many bands like wouldn't want to do this, like be told what to write about. Was it challenging for you, or did you find maybe it was easier to start with a set premise that you had to follow?
It was challenging. I think it was a totally new way of working. But it was fun because you could just kind of we tried not to like be too critical of what we were doing to just get through it. But I definitely leaned on Steven a lot to bring a lot of ideas lyrically.
Yeah, I remember it was extremely busy. Well, we benefited from sometimes that stuff's done in one day, but they told us a week out. So we had a week, but Laura happened to be working like 80 hours a week that week.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. I was like not sleeping.
So Laura wrote all the music, and sometimes it's harder. We usually write melody first, not music first. So
yeah,
it was a little reversed that way. And then, Laura wrote all the music, and then we had to so I had to like come up with some of the words, and Laura made sure to make them more universal. That story is about a little baby.
Little baby.
So we had a line that said, you couldn't hold your head up yet, which was, about being a baby. And Laura was like, get rid of yet, like just couldn't hold your head up. And then it can be, about anybody in a state, in various states. So that was good, and I think that, I don't know. So another.
But how honestly, like how much more weirder would it have been if you said yet? And then to think of an adult.
well, I guess I didn't challenge your point, but yeah.
Sorry.
I like that touch though. That's cool. Yeah, I love that podcast. Like I really like Houndmouth. I don't know if you guys listen to them, but their episode is awesome. But I just wondered, like, seems like maybe it's helpful to like have this story. You can like write down stuff they're saying, but also like seems like a challenge. But I know maybe it's just a like fun change of pace or something. Like if you like it, needed a new way to like approach a song.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think we took a lot from that experience. Having one day in the studio only was kind of the catch, and
terrifying.
Exactly. But it was so great. We worked with Curtis Rush from Bright Lights Social Hour, And
I was so nervous. I laid down possibly my worst guitar track of all time, and that's saying something. I'm often bad in studio, so I was particularly nervous.
It sounded fine. It sounded great.
Curtis had to really do some editing afterwards, so shout out to Curtis.
Yeah.
Doesn't Jim Eno from Spoon mix all those songs?
He works on, we worked with Curtis only.
Okay. So
Curtis
he
Roush from the Bright Light Social Hour.
Oh, so he mixed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed it.
Cool.
Sorry,
Very
I said his last name wrong. Oops.
Maybe I did. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Jim Eno does a lot of other ones. So we were like, we weren't sure who we were going to work with either until maybe a day before. So we were really nervous.
Cool. Yeah, I just didn't know. I thought maybe like you meant he just like was engineering it or something, but that's cool. Well, I want to know, like bringing it kind of like to the album somewhere, out on Keeled Scales, and also Run for Cover. Yes.
both.
Came out February 5th. So, well, first I want to ask what's your favorite thing about Sun June, and also what's your favorite thing about Somewhere, the album?
Interesting question. So hard to pick.
Favorite thing is the buds, man. Just the buds hanging out.
That's right. My favorite thing is, just getting to play music with people who are just so lovely. Like there's no egos involved in Sun June, I don't think, besides between Steven and I.
Yeah, besides our egos.
Yeah. So that's great. And favorite thing of Somewhere. Whoa, sorry, this could just like branch in so many directions. I don't know.
Take it wherever, because I was kind of worried that it would be like not a great question. So take it wherever it goes.
Hard to focus on one thing. I think my favorite thing was just working on the music with everyone in a way that we hadn't done before, where we kind of just had like a mood board to set up the structure or the vibe of like a lot of songs to make it like this prom-y or synthy world. And that was just, that was fun to think about, because we like made up this whole story behind the world we tried to focus on. So it was a little wacky, goofy, but it was fun.
Yeah, my favorite thing is that Laura plays guitar on it for the first time. She didn't play guitar on the first record, and it's got it's got some good feel to it. It's got some like some good tone. Yeah, but I love it. I love Laura's on guitar in like 3 or 4 songs. It's cool.
Cool.
It's fun.
Do you remember which ones they were, Laura, that you played on?
Yeah. Played on Everywhere, Finding Out, and Colors.
Nice. Everywhere is my favorite one.
No way.
Yeah, it's a great song. So good. I was just listening like at my desk the other day, like not even like my roommate came in. I was like, this is a great song. Like just wasn't even like, I wasn't like sitting there like studying or anything, like just like intently listening, but I was just like, this is groovy. Like, cause it's just kind of, yeah. But then later I went back and I was like, track by track, gotta study. But great song. Oh man, I feel like I had a follow-up question, but I lost it. Well, this might be a tough one to answer. I contemplated sending this to you beforehand, but I decided not to. But what has no one questioned you about yet that you wish people had noticed about the album? If anything at all. Sorry. Put you on the spot.
I'm always surprised by questions. Like I should know, I should have a ballpark idea of like what people generally ask when albums come out, but I just like don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. So every question is always like a surprise to me.
So you have
like, whoa, that's crazy. I can't think about that right off the top of my head. Yeah, I think there's been some deep questioning.
Sorry, I try to find stuff that like you haven't been asked before. So
I think that just shows like Laura is just like a better person. Like I don't have any resentment, but yeah, I definitely wish there's like there's like an illusion or two that I wish people picked up on.
Yeah, some people have.
That's
why I can't say that, you know.
Yeah, that no one has. Asked. I know, but it's also like, why would I like? it's so embarrassing to actually be like, I wish people noticed that. You know, it's kind of silly.
Totally.
Well, I mean, was there anything like when you were tracking it, like, man, I can't wait for, like, you know, this one lick is hot. Like, I can't wait for people to hear this, and then nobody is like has brought it up to you.
I think we make stuff for like ourselves. Like, I think like
for sure.
Mostly it's like, oh, if Michael plays something awesome, would be like, oh, I can't wait for Sarah and Justin to hear this. You know, like that's pretty much. We're kind of an internal audience. Wouldn't you say that, Laura?
Yeah, not that we're not excited that other people listen to it.
Oh, totally. I just mean, yeah.
No, I didn't mean to like insinuate that like you guys are making music like for the fans. Like, I just meant like what, you know, I just wanted to get a feel of like what you guys were excited about, you know.
Yeah, just giving the people what they want, you know. That's what I'm excited by.
Nice.
Definitely moments though when like Michael added something or like Laura added a synth line that we were excited to share with the rest of the band. So I think that's the same idea, that we were excited for people to hear it, but really like kind of ends with a smaller circle of listeners.
Yeah, that's like a great feeling, like just being like sitting around with your friends like at the computer, like listening back, and you're like, everybody's like, that's cool, you know. Like
exactly.
Love that feeling.
Or they'll put up with you and you're like, what about this part? You like it? And they're like, yeah, it's fine, I didn't notice it, but now that you pointed out, yeah,
it's funny. Dang. Well, I want to get into I'd love to hear more about the album, but I have next are my questions about Austin. So if you guys feel like saying anything else about the album, let me know. I don't have any other pointed questions at the moment, but I want to know what your favorite venue in town is and why.
Well, I haven't been to a venue in a very long time, I'll say, but you know, pre-pandemic, Cheer Up Charlie's was probably my favorite because, well, they have the indoor outdoor thing sometimes where you like get a bunch of bands for the night and it's just like a party. You can like go between acts and that's kind of fun it's like a little mini festival almost, you know. I know that sounds really lame, sorry. But drinks are great, vibe is awesome, people are cool, and it's usually like donation based entry. So, you know, just the best.
Yeah, I'll second that. I mean, I like almost just so wistful about venues right now that I'm in love with all of them.
Yeah,
we like Sahara Lounge too. Kind of do your own sound there, so it's kind of a DIY vibe, which I like.
Yeah, totally. Great dance floor.
Cool. I've never been to Sahara Lounge.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I think it's open right now.
They have a back patio that might be open.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, there's some places are doing some like spread out stuff right now, like Far Out Lounge.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I haven't made it out there yet.
Pirate Lounge is south, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I like it.
Seems cool. I think like Fat Tony was there last night. Yeah, some of my buds were there, but I didn't go. Indoor Creature too, I think, and maybe Christelle. Yeah, cool show.
Yeah, I just saw some of their stories. I mean, I knew it was happening, but I was like, also not. You can't go out yet.
Yeah.
Not in the cards for me.
Not me.
I like that people are enjoying themselves in a safer, safest, setting.
For sure. Well, I want to ask, like, what do you guys like about the Austin music scene, and what do you dislike? Like, did you find it was difficult or easy to like be like accepted into when you were coming up? Because I know it's so saturated, like maybe hard to like get booked early on. Kind of a three-parter, sorry.
Oh, good. I mean, I think we have a lot to be grateful for in our time that we've been a band, even when in our earlier stages of like starting out. You don't have like anything to show for yourself. Like you haven't cut any demos yet and you're still trying to get a place to play live, right? Like, even didn't we try doing that before we even had music to share?
Oh yeah, we were trying.
That was probably the hardest it was. I think, places are always just looking to find new bands. So that's, I don't know. But yeah, it's hard to like compare yourself also to like who's getting booked where and when during the time you're trying to like start up.
Yeah, I think in general it's pretty supportive, and Laura and I aren't really accomplished musicians, so there's a lot of musicians that we know that are in like a bunch of bands, and like it's not true of me. It's more true of Laura, but so it was
not really.
We're just feeling grateful when like other musicians played with us. That was like our biggest breakthrough, and just friends of ours would come to play drums with us or something. And I live in North Carolina now. I moved last year, and the huge thing that I've missed about Austin is rock and roll rentals, which is kind of weird to have such an important part of the music scene just be a business, but like it facilitates so much stuff because you can really like try to find a sound and fuck around with stuff that you can't afford to do otherwise.
Yeah, totally. I think that's been huge.
Yeah, like we rented a bunch of stuff to record our first demos, and we would send those to people just being like, would you help us?
Would you help us make a better demo of this?
Play drums. Yeah. So like just it's really so huge, and I don't know that a company like that should exist in every music town. Maybe it does, but I haven't experienced it elsewhere.
Cool. I haven't heard much about that company. I feel like I've heard like whispers of it, but like I guess if you're not really like playing shows and like making music like super seriously, it's not something I think about.
You can for like the cost of a Netflix subscription, you could just like have 3 pedals at all times and just trade them in for new pedals. And you can rent guitars for like $20 for a weekend. It's just like really awesome.
Yeah, it's super affordable.
Anyway, I've turned it into a commercial, which I apologize for, but
I mean, this
no worries. This
rock and roll rentals scratched into it, baby.
This XLR is probably
all my pedals are from there. Like I ended up just buying them for what I had already rented them for. It's good times.
Nice. No worries. I love a good plug, because at KVRX we can't be plugging stuff, so it's like the podcast, let's plug whatever.
Nice. Right.
But just a follow-up, is there anything you want to see change in Austin's art economy when shows come back?
Um, I mean, I think earlier this year there was like great discussions to be had about more diversity on lineups, like how Jackie Venson brought it up with Blues on the Green, which like we were so lucky to get um, a supporting slot on one year, which was like totally like crazy to me. I mean, it was awesome. Like, we should feel proud of that. But I also, yeah, I think that there's plenty to always see progress to include more and more people. And I want to say Austin does a pretty good job of that anyways, but I hope that, I don't know. It's weird because there's nothing like that you can actually see right now. And it's been over a year of just like being in your house alone and not being in the scene. So you're really removed from it anyways now. And I guess I don't know. Hopefully I know that there's a lot of work being done. So I hope it pays off.
Yeah, another Austin centric thing that I love is HAM. I forget what it stands for, but health insurance.
Health Alliance of Austin Musicians.
Austin musicians. So yeah, it allows it gives subsidies for musicians to get health insurance, which is super awesome. So I don't know if I have like broader prescriptions, but obviously like universal health care, a raise in the minimum wage, like those two things would help all communities, including the creative community. And I don't think that Sunjun is unique in the fact that like we definitely don't make livelihoods at all from music. So I think if somebody's able to like, work a job that they can get by on, then it'll allow them to make creative work. But without giving people health insurance, it seems impossible to do that. Anyway,
Yeah,
another
totally.
plug for more humane policies.
Nice. Yes, definitely. That's what I need. More plugs.
Yeah.
Cool. I appreciate your thoughts on that. Well, do you guys have advice for like people in their 20s, like trying to like do creative work in the scene? Any like things to watch out for in retrospect?
Ooh. It's a tough one. I think 30s are the new 20s, so go crazy.
So just wait. Is that what you're saying? Just wait.
Just wait. Don't try to upstage me. I'm finally on my way. No, just kidding. I think I don't know. I'm a mess of a human. What can I say? That's good advice for the creative fields. I think just like if you're like comparing yourself to others, just like remember, like think about what it is that you're comparing and like what they're doing that you're not, and how to get where you want to go or what you want to do, or Steven, don't roll your eyes.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes. I was thinking. My eyes were just off to the side. I was thinking about stuff. I'm not rolling my eyes at all.
Look into I don't know. Just like look at whatever community you're a part of and just work with your friends or acquaintances on trying to do something creative, because like those are the people who are going to be the most supportive and in helping you make something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Being a little vague because I think it's in film and music and whatever else, but
I'm sure people who are younger than us would have just as good advice. Like, I don't think that. I think I'm open to advice too, I guess is my point. But my only thought would be like, don't. We've always assumed that we'll never make the money back that we invest in it, which I think is just a good assumption. It just helps you like be like, oh, I have an expensive hobby that I love, and that's fine. So like if we want to like pay for studio time, like that's all good. Just know that, you know, don't assume that people are gonna pay you back for it. Also, is like maybe too personal, but I think it's good for people to keep in mind. Like, I don't drink, and I'm able to do all these things anyway. I think sometimes people who like don't drink or are trying not to drink are like, you know, turned off by the idea of spending long nights in bars, but I do it. It's still fun. So
Nice.
form your little sober band, you know, have fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I don't have any advice to offer you. I know you said you're open to advice.
Yeah, give me advice.
But
No, sorry. I
got
also am
nothing.
open to advice. I don't know
I
anything.
just mean like we don't know anything. As Laura said, we don't know shit, but it's
Yeah.
fun to I don't know, think about it.
Yeah.
Cool. Who should we look out for in terms of like awesome musicians or even like non-musicians, like, you know, people just working in the scene or like graphic artists or anything that comes to mind?
Well, you mentioned the graphic artist, Paige Renee Barry.
Yeah.
Has a band too. Her graphic art's great, but her band's also great. And they just put out an EP, I think, last year, but I'm excited for their record. And then Ama's been working on a record with Eric Wofford, and I don't know where they're at in the process of releasing it, but I love Ama.
Yeah, for sure. Like an asshole because I'm like not saying something right off the top of my head. Trying to think.
No problem.
I mean, there's so many people. I don't know. Look out for the band Tossie, I would say. Hopefully there's more to come soon because still waiting on that tape, you guys.
It hasn't delivered. I think I bought it too. Has it come for you?
Hasn't come yet.
This is the opposite of a plug. It's a call out.
No, it's a plug to say, you know, I think that was like they had a successful run with that, and I hope that that means that they're feeling good about what they're doing because it's sounding awesome, and hopefully there's more to come.
How do you spell their name?
It's Tasi, but the A has what's this symbol called above it?
I don't know what that's called. It's
That's
not
a
an
little-
umlaut, but it's something.
No, it's not an umlaut.
Definitely not an umlaut, if that's a good thing.
So I'm probably mispronouncing it, honestly.
But you can get it by searching Tasi and Marlon. Marlon is the main guy, but and Paige Renee Barry's band is called Half Dream.
Cool. Very cool. Also, Laura, I know you sang on the last Daphne Tunes album.
Oh yeah, look out for
which-
Daphne Tunes. Hello.
Well, Central Heat
Yeah.
Exchange too.
That-
He's got a new
Yeah,
project.
that's
too.
true. That's true.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, that was that was a great album though. And yeah, I had him on my radio show right before COVID started. But that was still one of my favorite interviews. Super
yeah.
fun.
Great guy.
And a killer album, great song, Puree, great stuff.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, it was really fun to work on that with him and sing on some of those songs. And also Santi has been playing with our band. So, you know, you'll see him. We'll catch him again soon, hopefully on another performance we do.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Is wrapping up, I've got like just a few more questions, but what are the best ways that people can show support for you guys right now?
I guess just all the dumb things you can think of, like following us on our socials and buying the record, buying it for your friends. No, the biggest thing you could do, I guess, is just like tell a friend about us. I think that.
Buy your friend a hat.
Buy your friend a hat, and buy Claire Drummond, great designer as well. Yeah, I think we're all about the grassroots campaign.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Awesome. Yeah, and you guys have like T-shirts too that are cool.
Mhm.
Just throw that out there.
Also
You
designed
could
by
get the
Claire.
shirt. Yeah, the t-shirt hat combo. That's if we ever see that in the wild, somebody wearing both at once, that's the ultimate dream.
Totally.
Nice. Well, is there anything I missed that you guys wanted to touch on?
Mm.
Sorry, I'm asking you guys like really broad.
Yeah, I don't have any prepared statements, I guess.
Yeah.
We're firmly of the belief that Austin has the best bands in the country.
Best bands
So,
in the world.
when everybody's vaccinated, let's go to a show every night. That's the goal.
Yeah, let's just party.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the first song you guys will play right out the gate? Like, what are you most stoked to like start the set with?
Bad with Time, album starter, and for a reason.
Nice.
I'm ready to bring back Jesus Christ and My Girlfriend after you mentioned it.
Oh yeah, we got to. That's a real slow burner.
Yeah, old school song.
Do you guys play that live?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like ever? Very cool, man. Got to hear it. Is that when was that like a Jeff?
Mhm.
It was a Jeff song. It's also, I think, almost got the exact same chords as Everywhere, so you might like it.
Isn't it the same chords as Carno?
Yes, that too. Long medley.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, different key there.
We'll weave them all together, and then it'll be great.
Wes, are you a musician?
Oh,
too,
yes.
Wes? So what are you up to? Let's get a plug on for you.
Oh man, I could totally. I give myself a good plug if I. Me and my friends we started a band and we're recording an EP. I mention this like every time. It's really narcissistic.
Yeah, but
but I've got we don't have a band name, so that's the issue. But hopefully EP by like May.
Awesome.
We are hoping the songs are all almost done being tracked. So we're kind of like already mixing. But I always wanted to be in a band, and so I finally started one.
Oh man, go get your Rock and Roll Reynolds account set up. You'll be off to the races.
Sign up, man. Do it. Actually, there's another organization I wasn't sure if I should plug because maybe you guys already know about it. But Free Lunch is run by this group of Austin creatives, 3 women who are musicians and also running this program where they provide meals for one of the homeless camps here in Austin. And you can be a lunch monitor. I just recently became one. So
nice.
You can donate your dollars to a good cause. And so yeah, that was another one I wanted to plug.
Sweet. So many plugs. Well, is there what can people look out for from you guys? Obviously you just dropped an album, so like nobody's like, man, when's the new Sun June dropping? Like, but what's the what do you guys like, what do you want to plug of your own, I guess, besides the album? Like, well, I guess we already talked about merch, but I know you've done some live videos recently. Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, can we mention it?
I think we can. Well, we'll just go for it. Who cares?
Why not? You heard it here first. We're doing a KEXP session soon, so that we're very excited about, and we're gonna hopefully make that real snazzy for y'all.
Yeah, featuring Santi.
So sick.
Yeah,
fun.
we're gonna go down to Lockhart for it and go back to the studio where we actually recorded the album. So Good Danny's will be involved in that.
It's awesome. It's like great company to be in, the KEXP. Like they just did an Adrian Lanker one, which is
that one
beautiful.
looks so good. Yeah,
So
it's
good.
crazy. It's crazy.
Ours won't be quite as good, but it'll be.
Yeah, it's great company to compare yourself to unfavorably.
Exactly right. Going back to that good advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys know which host is gonna do it with y'all?
No, I think, and then the interview's separate, right? So the interview will just kind of be like this, but
yeah,
true.
they'll be done later. So,
But not quite.
I know,
as good.
not quite as good. They probably don't even know how to help me change inputs. You know, they probably don't know that kind of stuff.
No. I'm just kidding. The KXP is great.
Yeah.
Man, that's so
yeah,
cool.
kind of just taking it all like day by day, because who knows what's gonna happen after that. But hopefully more sessions of some kind, and then eventually, a real show.
New music videos. And
Yes.
we have a SoundCloud playlist of our songs for the next record. I think that's got 43 songs on it right now. So
we're working on whittling
record
that down.
3. Record 3 is gonna happen.
Awesome.
That's right.
Well, on the topic of music videos, I was just showing my roommate. He's really into music videos. We're both film students, and he, I think, is like maybe wanting to do some music videos. But showed him the Karen O one because it was sick. With like, I just love the. I don't know how y'all achieve that lighting where like you can only see the subject or like the outline of the subject. And like the lightning too is so cool. It's awesome. So if you want to say anything about that music video.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun one to make. You're maybe the first person to publicly like be enthusiastic about how dark it is.
It's the darkest video ever.
But yeah, we just had our bandmate Michael, the lead guitarist. His family has a ranch, so they had like this spotlight thing that they have.
I don't know what it's for, but you plug it into your Jeep or something and you go look for cattle. I don't know what the hell they do on ranches.
Maybe you're like hunting for, you're securing the perimeter for like coyotes or something else.
Yeah, it's got a magnet so you can put it on the top of your car.
Yeah. So that was like our light source, our main light source, which was crazy because it's again very dark.
That's what makes it cool. It's what makes it unique. Like, and that shot of like the car is really cool too with the purple lighting.
Oh yeah,
love it.
Our disco Hyundai.
We do love putting into music videos like the most boring, just like aughts economy cars because it's fun. It's funny to us.
It's very cool.
Nobody's like trying to make a Hyundai iconic,
Yeah, just us. So that's our gimmick. Yeah, and I think the lightning, we weren't sure if we could even capture it with with the camera. I mean, we just did that whole thing like ourselves. So Steven filmed most of it, and
there was a lightning storm on both weekends we shot. We really lucked out.
Yeah.
And totally. I made Laura and Sarah stand out in a field way too long. They were not.
It was scary.
It was raining.
I thought I was gonna die.
Was this? I know you guys like talk about like you shoot too much footage sometimes. Yes. Was this one of those cases as well?
Yeah, I think we shot like 6 hours footage. No joke.
But also because I was shooting it, like the quality is not as good. So you have to just shoot.
Just rolling.
You just have to keep rolling in case you get something. When we worked with EJ Enriquez for another video, and all of his stuff's good. So it's a lot easier to just use what you have, what you get.
Do you guys like having like that much like to choose from in the editing room, or is it kind of like, man, there's so like way too much like for this like 3-minute video?
Yeah. it's both extremely exciting. Like I think we love having that much to play with, and it's also frustrating when you have so much and so little that you end up thinking is usable.
It proves the case, though.
Yeah,
You're like, oh
yes,
shit.
it proves the case.
Yeah.
When we're behind the camera, it proves
Yeah.
the case.
My favorite example of that is like the singing music video. I was going to return the camera, and I was like driving in my minivan and just like holding the camera with my right hand, like shooting out the windows,
Right.
just on 183, like on the way to return the camera. And we ended up using that footage because we needed something to like bridge things. So like that was just a good lesson in like always shoot everything.
Yeah, totally.
Use every minute of your rental time.
Yeah, have that like added so much variation to. So pretty good.
Cool.
So you're an
Well,
RTF student, Wes,
Yes, I am.
at UT.
Yeah. Mhm.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Not you guys didn't go to UT though, did you?
Mm-mm.
No, but I worked at RTF for a little bit.
Nice. At like in the department or like at checkout or something?
Yeah, in the department.
Nice.
So yeah,
Very cool.
that was great.
I'm kind of like I'm in the middle of I'm taking screenwriting right now and it's kicking my butt.
Nice.
With like Shay,
So,
who's teaching.
uh,
Sorry, you can cut this. I was just curious.
No, it's cool. It's no, I'm ruining the ending of this anyways. I was about to mention that like I'm just like taking it steering away from the album. But yeah, no, her name is Cynthia. Goes by Cindy.
Oh, okay.
I think she wrote Free Willy 4.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, I know her. She she's done a lot of Disney Channel stuff. She's great.
Yeah, she's super nice. I am just finding it very difficult because my script idea is not good. So it's like me developing the script that I don't like.
Oh, man.
No.
But that's how it goes in
Yeah,
film
it's-
school.
it's how it
Yeah,
goes. It's how it
totally.
goes. Yeah, Cindy McCreary. Yeah, I remember her. She's great. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you go down into the editing labs ever? Down in like the basement? I spent a whole summer or
They
like 2 months working in there.
Was
on
that
a
before
film.
they redid the CMB though, Laura?
I don't know when they redid it. So this was in 2018.
I go well now I've got Premiere and Avid on my computer on my laptop, but I would go to like editing labs in the CMA. I've never been down to the CMB ones though, but
They're pretty. There's a few nice ones, gotta say.
cool. I think my roommate's there right now actually.
Oh, nice.
Working on a music video.
We support it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. I'm sorry I steered it like right off course to end the episode.
I'm sorry. I was just curious. So thanks for humoring me.
No, I appreciate it when people are interested in what I'm doing, even though there's what's there to be curious about. But
Funny.
dang. Yeah, I guess I just wondered if we would talk about film stuff because you guys work in film or have worked in film and met in an editing room, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
Well, dang, maybe I should wrap this up more better. Well, I guess, somewhere came out February 5th. It's available on Bandcamp and I'm sure Killed Scales. I haven't been to their website, but I'm sure you can buy the record from there or sunjune.com, or is that the name of the website?
sunjunemusic.com.
sunjunemusic.com.
And you can get that exclusive Austin variant at End of an Ear.
That's right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. I didn't know that existed.
Limited edition, End of an Ear only.
That's right.
It's just like a different color wax or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the best combo. It's like pink and it's like sunset pink.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Beautiful.
Very cool. So if you can buy the record, listen to the record. And yeah, just thank you guys for doing this so much. I love the album, and like it's super sick to get to talk to you guys. So thank you.
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
Yeah,
Sorry if